Good morning, world. It's coming 10 o'clock. I just woke up. You're off today? Yeah, I'm off today. Thank God. I'm fucking tired. Yeah. Yeah. Hope you guys remember me yesterday about my book, my Xanus brand. Yeah. Did you hear from McDonald's, Ivan? No, I didn't. I'll wait till Wednesday. If I don't hear anything from McDonald's, I'll apply to Tim Hortons on Wednesday, obviously. Why live in a job? Because Cocoa 40 is too much work for me, man. It's tough on the body. It's very tiring, especially weekends. Even though I work with the dishwasher on Sundays, it's still a lot of work. And even weekdays when you close, it's a lot of work too. Not as bad as weekends, but it's still a lot of work. It's a lot of work, yeah. 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 So the Cocoa 40 boss will know why you're leaving. Yeah, man. He knows the work. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Even though I love working here at the family, the work is tough on my body. He's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He's like, why are you leaving? I'm like, yeah, the work's at the top of my body, or yeah, it's too much work, man. Yeah, man. That's why I applied to McDonald's, and this Wednesday I'll apply to Tim Hortons if I don't hear from McDonald's. It's been a couple of days I haven't heard from them, but yeah. Yeah. The Cocoa 40 boss might tell you, yeah, he might tell me, yeah, I can easily do dishes myself. I know you're just saying that to act like you're something, obviously. But come on, man. You know the work is dirty work, man. There's a reason why you don't want to do the dishes. There's a reason why the Cocoa 40 boss doesn't want to do the dishes, man. He knows it's dirty work. Yeah, fuck that. I don't want to wash the dishes. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I can easily do dishes myself. Well, if you can easily do dishes yourself, why don't you do it? Because you know it's a lot of work. Closing at Cocoa 40 is a lot of work, man. You know it's a lot of work. That's why he doesn't want to do the dishes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Especially closing. Closing is crazy at Cocoa 40. It's crazy. I work tomorrow. Dinner's at 8. You know. Yeah. What you showed us is really right. That, yes, guys, I'm not lying to you guys. What I showed you, I wrote that. Yeah. My book's a masterpiece, you know. Geez, Ivan, did you really write that? What you showed us? I'm like, yeah, I wrote that, man. I'm not lying to you guys. I wrote it. Holy shit, your book is sick. You know, my book's a masterpiece, man. Yesterday, I read a bit of the end of 1-3, the war. The war, obviously, the war becoming king. I was like, holy shit, this book is sick. Yeah, I was so shocked. Can't believe I wrote this. This is a masterpiece. I know. My book is a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. How much money do you make off your book, Ivan? 10 to 14 to $20 million I make. Or I might make more, I don't know. I highly doubt more though, because only the English people will buy my book. So I make my 10, my 14, 15, $20 million off the book. Around there, right? That's how much money I make. My guess is maybe 15 billion bucks I make, maybe, yeah. I think we'd be shocked. Ivan, you made $15 billion off your book. I'm like, yeah, she's like, holy shit. That's a lot of money, Ivan. I don't know what it's like to have that kind of money. Yeah, VJ, even though she's rich, she doesn't know what it's like to have that kind of money, right? That's why she's gonna be like, you look, Ivan, are you gonna share that money with me? I'm like, yeah, well, relax, man, I'll share with you, chill. Are you gonna share money with you? Yeah, I'll share money with you, Ivan. Yeah, I'll share money with you, VJ. That's how it works. Sarah? Yeah. Your book is sick, man. I know, John. Your book is sick. Yeah. I guarantee you all the Xanus Hollywood guys never read my book. They were shocked. Holy shit, your book looks fucking sick. I know. It's an entertaining read, guys. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I don't believe Xanus is better than Lord of the Rings. If depends how the art hits you. If you don't like, if you think Lord of the Rings is better than my book, I understand. Lord of the Rings is also a masterpiece, and art hits everyone in different ways. Obviously, Ivan's book was a bit raw. I like Game of Thrones Awakening. Lord of the Rings better. If you like those books better, I understand. they're masterpieces too, right? But I highly doubt it. My books are more entertaining read, and what? No author kept you hooked the way I did. No author entertained you the way I did, and I entertained the shit out of you when you read my book, yeah. Those authors may have richer world building, richer words and everything, choices of words, richer descriptions of the characters and the land and everything, but their stories not as entertaining. My book's more entertaining read when you read it. As you guys read sections of my book when I showed you on my phone, yeah. The gates know your brand is huge. Yes, that's why they want to control my brand. Because they know, yeah, even though Mary and Victoria Justice with $15 million in the bank is a lot of power, they know with that money I can start my own film studio VJ and I can fund my movie for $2.1 million and sign that mega deal with Amazon, sell the movie, and I sell my merch and I put $500 million in my game and I sell my game. That's like a $100 billion brand. The gates know that. That's why they want to control it, because we're greedy pigs. Yeah. Xanus will be an 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 million dollar brand. If you include the book sales, movie sales, game sales, merch sales, that's like 100 billion in sales, 110 billion in sales. It's a huge brand. And that's why they want to control my brand. Because they're thinking of the bigger picture. Even though $50 million is pocket change to us, Ivan and Mary Victoria Justice with $50 million in their bank, controlling our money with the keys to the game has a lot of power. They can start their film studio business and they're going to make their billions off that. That's why, they want to control my brand, because they're greedy pigs. But zero, you're not touching my money like this. This brand is mine, it's not yours. I'm not going to let you take my money after what you put me through in my life. You don't even want me to be a part of your rich life. You hid your wealth from me for 40 years, and I find out you're the gatekeeper, which means all the trillions in the world goes to you. You think I'm going to let you take my blades off, but you're crazy. The blades off the books for me, which is not for you. You're just a greedy pig. All the hundreds of trillions in the world goes to you. I'm not going to let you what? Yeah. How much are the gates worth, Ivan? They're probably worth a couple $100 trillion. I don't know, maybe 500 trillion, 600 trillion, 300 trillion around there. And they probably have a good maybe 100 trillion, 80 trillion, 120, 130, 150 trillion. They're back and fucking rich. You have all that money, you think I'm gonna let you do that based on book? You're crazy, man. The $15 billion off the books for me, VJ, it's not for you. Or the 20, I might make 20, right? 20 billion off the books for me, VJ, it's not for you. Yeah. Easy, Ivan, you made $15 billion off your book. I'm like, yeah, she's like, holy shit, she's all shocked. She doesn't know it's like that, that kind of money, man. No, Ivan, you made the right choice, man. Even though it's scary to die, you made the right choice. Had you sold out, our life would have been destroyed, I know. You would have been sharing with the world, Ivan. You would have had me garbage and trash, I know. You're brave, Ivan. You made the right choice. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. You fucking crazy woman, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. So Ivan, Zane's will have crazier buzz than Harry Potter, yes. It'll be a more popular book series than Harry Potter. And the movie will be more popular than Marvel Avengers and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. And Lord of the Rings is very popular. Star Wars is very popular. The buzz of Xanus will blow that out of the water. It's going to blow out of the water. Looking at something crazy worldwide buzz for that, man. Crazy worldwide buzz, yeah. Yeah. And no fun here, videos, man. Yeah, I have not read your book. Your book is a masterpiece. If you turn this into a movie, you're looking at the best movie Jojo ever made. Yes. You now see what I'm saying? VJ, yeah, and I saw your videos. I now see what you're saying, man. You're looking at the best movie Jojo ever made if you turn that into a movie. Yeah. Something even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, is the best movie Children ever made in history. And a close second for me is the Star Wars originals. Obviously. Yeah. My book's a masterpiece, man. Masterpiece of a story. Yeah. It's a masterpiece. Hence why all the Hollywood actors are going to beg these angels for word. Because they know they're the lucky chosen. And they know they're going to be a part of that amazing story. You know, you're gonna be a part of that masterpiece, man. That amazing story that Ivan wrote, man. Airtab and John Boyega tells Oscar Isaac, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley. Yeah, I saw the demonic characters are demons, man. They're demons. Yeah, Ivan's making his movie for $2.1 million. He's putting $700 million towards each volume. $700 million. Yeah, man. They're gonna be demons and devils, and that's why those aliens are lucky, man. An experience I hold my family for the movie. A masterpiece that I wrote, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. You're lucky this name stars. Evan. You're lucky. Sanctions are lucky. Yeah. Oh, I wish you showed us Volume 3. No, guys, I don't want to spoil story for you. There's a reason why I didn't show you Volume 3. Because I don't want to. You guys are paying for my book. I don't want to spoil the whole story for you, man. I already spoiled a little bit of the story for you. I don't want to spoil any more. Hence why you'll see what I mean by my book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Yeah. Who's there? Yeah. Yeah. So the gatekeepers are selfish people. Yeah, man. Like you won't let me touch your money. And then when VJ sells out to you, you won't let her be worth her 100, 200, $1 billion. And when I write my book, you also want to take my money because you're a fucking crazy person. You're a greedy psychopath. Zero, man. You're not touching diamond money, man. Yeah, man. All the trillions of world goes to you. This money's mine. You're not touching it. The billions on the book belongs to me. It doesn't belong to you. You're just a greedy pig. Yeah. You're gonna dupe me too. I sell out, I'm only worth like 50 million bucks, 80 million bucks after like 10, 20 years, and the Gates fucking dupe me. Yeah, I'm rich, but they're taking all my billions and giving me VJ the penis, and they're duping me. They're stealing my money, man. The world's not buying me because of you. They're buying because of me and my keys, man. You ripped me off. You're stealing my money, man. That's why I gave them the keys. So the Gates don't dupe me, yeah. My father knew when I was born the Gates would be consumed with their envy. They're never gonna let me be a billionaire with VJ. That's why he gave me the keys. That way I control my own money with VJ and I get off fresh myself and I get my freedom too. You want your freedom, Ivan, you have to have the keys to gain them. The keys is also my ticket to freedom too with VJ. Once I pay the fee, I get my freedom with VJ. Because I have the keys, I didn't sell to any gatekeeper. I'm free. And I get all the Hollywood actors, all the Hollywood systems, they get their freedom with me for the Xanus movie. Yeah. All the chosen Hollywood actors, I get in my Hollywood system. They get their freedom with me, obviously. For the movie, right? I pay them more than what they're making in Hollywood. Yeah. 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 So Volume 3 is a dark period of Taki's life, yes. Volume 3 is a dark episode of Taki's life. That's why I enjoy Volume 3, because Volume 3 is when the plot gets deep and you get the big plot twist of the story with the ancestors and everything. Yeah, that's why I don't want to spoil story for you, obviously. Yeah. Because you guys are probably wondering, what the heck are those faces in the sky that appear for like a quick second, a quick 2 seconds? You'll finally make sense when you Volume 3. That's why I enjoy Volume 3. I don't want to spoil story for you. That's why I run a masterpiece. The book is sick. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. That's why I guarantee we'll go world touring for Xanus. I might even go on a book tour too, because I'm gonna put my email address on my book. Obviously, that way they can contact me. I might even go book touring for Xanus, perhaps. Yeah, I might go on a book tour because my book is the best fans novel written. That's why I might go on a book tour. I speak in front of like thousands of fans, yeah, and I put on a show. It's all behind the scenes, yeah. Yeah. So the world tour deal for the actors is a big deal. Yeah, it's like a 1 million $800,000, $600,000, $1 million. They're probably going to make their $1 million in speaking, the actors. But they're probably going to speak at maybe 80 places around the world. Yeah, the actors make their $1 million in speaking. It's a mega deal, the speaking fee. That's why the agents want a cut of that too. Yeah, even the actors go speaking and they make their $1 million. We want our 10% or 50%. Yeah, they're greedy, the agents and managers. They want 10% of everything, of all the actors' earnings. Yeah. Because Eric and them are going to be devils and demons. Devils and demons in the movie. Yeah. I'm bringing the demonic characters up. I showed you guys the picture, yeah. Think of devils and demons like that, man. They're going to be devils. They're attacking them. They're devils and demons. No. Peter might disagree. Yeah, he's like, we should make it for PG-13. I'm like, no, Peter. In the book, I call them the devil wolf, the devil wolves. I want them to be demons. I want it rated R. He's like, fine. I mean, yeah, but you gotta listen to me. I'm the boss over you. I'm the one paying the fucking bills here. And this is my story. I don't want anyone to read my story. I don't want Eric a PG-13 being. I want him rated R. He's a devil. So you want him to be the most rated B movie history? Yes, Peter. That way I tell a powerful story. I don't do it. Because yeah, you're right. Even though it's not good for the kids and everything, you have Airtech be a radar devil. The story will be very powerful. Yes, it's gonna create a powerful story. I don't do it. The story's powerful. Yeah, and it's better too. That the world will be more hooked because they're devils, right? Like, please don't die. Yeah, you see the beings, you're like, holy shit, man, these are devils. I feel bad for Ivy and the actors. That's why Zane's a lot crazier than what it was in the movie, man. It's been crazy. Yeah. Ivy, will you be making a lot of changes to your story? Not a lot, a few changes, quite a bit of changes, obviously, but I'm most likely going to be adding more stuff. Instead of changing a lot of stuff, I add more things, add more dialogue, add more stuff in the scene to make it more interesting. I'm going to do my best to not change too much of the story because I don't want to ruin the story, but I will make a few changes, obviously. Some changes in the story, obviously. I'm not going to follow Zane's page by page exactly word to word. No, I'm going to make some changes, change some of the wordings, add a lot of stuff in the dialogue and the scenes to make it more interesting. Sarah, with Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson in the right shoes. Yeah. So you're not giving Peter full power for the screenplay. No. Ivan, if you have Peter and Fran write the script without and I'm not a part of it, they might make all these drastic changes like they did for Lord of the Rings. They might have the woman fight in the movie. I'm like, Peter, what the fuck are you doing, man? Zany law woman are all to fight, man. What are you doing? You're gonna ruin my fucking story, Peter. Yeah. Some Sarah. So Ivan, we can change it. I'm like, Peter, you're actually pissing me off. I don't want you making drastic changes to my story, man. No, the woman don't fight in the fucking movie. And Zane Law woman are all to bear arms when you read the book, man. I won't spoil the story for you. Some Sarah. Ivan, what about the ancestors appearing in the war? I'm like, Peter, don't do that. You're gonna ruin my story. You're gonna take away the spotlight from Tactius and Airtech. It's not about the ancestors. It's Tactius' story, Airtech's story, and Ephesus' story. And for full story, it's not about the ancestors. You're gonna ruin my story. Okay, Ivan. Yeah. Ivan, what are the ancestors like? Well, think something like Gandalf, right? Remember Gandalf in Gandalf the White won the when the race on wings were when Faramir's men, they're riding towards Minas Tirith after they evacuated Osgiliath in the war, in the battle. Obviously, you see the ring race. They're what? They were attacking them, obviously, and then Gandalf shines the light with his staff. Yeah, I think some of that for the ancestors. Because yeah, I think it's something like Gandalf for the ancestors. Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. But the ancestors don't appear, Peter. I don't want you doing that. You're gonna ruin my story. Okay, Ivan, it's about Takis. Yes, Peter, it's about Takis, not about the ancestors. I don't want you making that change. Yeah. Some Sarah. Peter's I'm looking at it, I'm this is better than My Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. It's better than Lord of the Rings. Masterpiece, my book. Yeah. We're gonna have a fun time writing the screenplay, me and Peter, because the doc's filming us. We're gonna, even though it's dirty, we're gonna have a fun. Peter's this is fun. I love writing your movie script. This is fun, Ivan, I know. The reason why it's fun because the whole world is buzzing about the movie. Oh my god, Ivan's actually making the movie. And that's why Peter is having a blast because he knows the whole world can't wait to watch that movie. And the doc's filming us working on the script. We're gonna have a fun time. Even though it's dirty, we're gonna have a fun time working on the script. The concert arts is more fun than working on the screenplay, but the screenplay will also be pretty fun too, right? Co-writing the movie screenplay with Peter. And Frag and Motor helped me out with the screenplay, with the script for the movie. Yeah. But I don't want to do a one-man show. The chances are, yeah. Because if you write a script on your own, chances are you might have some corny dialogue. It's good to have people help you out. That's why for Star Wars, George Lucas, because he did everything himself, his dialogue was a bit corny in the movie. Obviously. I saw a bit of the documentary. George Lucas initially wanted other directors to direct, but they all turned it down. And he wanted someone to help him co-write the screenplay, but they turned it down. And George decided to write on his own. And because he wrote on his own and directing on his own, the prequels obviously had its problems for some of the fans. I like the prequels. Attack of the Clones is not that good, but I like the prequels. But even though I like the prequels obviously have their problems. There's a lot of corny dialogue in the prequels. Some cheesy, corny dialogue in the prequels, obviously, when you watch it. Just like my book, even though it's a masterpiece, you're going to catch a bit of rawness in my writing because I don't have an editor. I did everything myself. Even the greatest storytellers and the editors to polish up some of the writing. I had no one help me. Hence why my book is a little bit more raw than these other fantasy novels that you read, but the story is still better. It's more entertaining because I have the creative gift of a genius. You guys see what I'm saying? I was just saying, yeah. I'm saying? Give me a second. I'm going to go upstairs and get my coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Skip it, we don't wait level up. You guys doing this show. back, guys. Sorry for the long wait. I went upstairs to get my coffee, and I also had to use the bathroom. Yeah. Yeah, man, my movie will be sick. The best movie children have made, yeah, man. I recommend all you guys who want to be screenwriters, you read that book by Side Field. I showed you guys. That's an amazing book, man. I recommend you read it. I learned a lot of stuff by reading that, right? I didn't need to buy the book because if you can write your own novel, you can write your own screenplay. But screenplay is a bit more difficult because it's motion picture. You have to constantly picture all the scenes in your mind. But if you can write your own masterpiece of a novel, you can write your own screenplay too. But screenplay is a bit more difficult. And that's why I want to have help. I want Peter helping me because even though I'm good with the creative stuff, the formatting stuff in screenwriting confuses me a little bit. Hence why I'm going to reread that book again when I'm king. And I'll have Peter. Because I know how the formatting works. Peter will take that stress off me. He can help me out with the formatting and everything. But in terms of the story and the creativity, I can write my own screenplay. I'm fucking gifted. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, people tell me, Ivy, man, like, you wrote a master, man. How did you come up with this story, man? Like, this is the best, like, story ever told, man. I know, Peter. Ivy, seriously, man, your book, your story is even better than Jared Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Ivy. It's deeper, man. Like, Lord of the Rings is pretty deep about Frodo destroying the One Ring and the ring possess you, but this is deeper than that. I know, it's deeper than that, man. It's a deeper, more powerful story than even Lord of the Rings. Because, Ivan, this is going to be a more powerful story than even my Return of the King. Like, Return of the King was powerful, Frodo destroying the One Ring, but this is more powerful than that, I know. It's so deep it blows your mind away, Ivan. Ivan, you're a genius. I know, Peter. I'm a creative genius. Yeah. I can't wait for this movie. I know, Peter. I'm excited, too. Like, a sick movie. Yeah. So Peter will be helping with the main calls, yes. If I choose Peter or Mel Gibson, they're going to be helping me with all the main things, and they have to help me co-write the screenplay, the script, and then Fran, Guillermo del Toro, and Barry Osborne are going to help out my 17 with the calls, obviously. Some Sarah, and Peter has to help me, and Fran and BJ have to help me with the concerts in the afternoon. We only work on the screenplay like 3 hours a day, that way I don't stress Peter out. In the afternoon, we do concerts, discussing what we want the world to look like, the landscape, and the body characters for the movie. Some Sarah. Yeah. Because this is fun. I love doing the concerts. I know we're building the world for the movie. I know, Peter, and the docking for us. I'm having a blast working on your company. I'm having way more fun than working on your movie than I did Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. He's all excited. Because I gave Peter the budget, $2.1 budget. That's $700 million. $700 million divided 2.1 divided by 3. Yeah, it's exactly a $700 million budget. 2.1 divided by 3 is $700 million. So I'm putting $700 million towards each of the volumes. Peter has on the budget $400 million towards special effects and visual effects. Unlimited budget for Peter, yeah, or Mel, right? So Ivan, you have to tell, if you want Eric to be the devil, Ivan, you have to tell John Ali, show them, okay, I want him looking something like this, and I want him 2.5, 3 times scarier than that. Make him as scary as you can possibly be, okay, Ivan. And I want Ephesus looking like this devil being animal. Make him scary. Scarier, as scary as you can possibly make it be. Push it to the limit. Okay, Ivan. They draw demons and devils. And Eric reminds me of enemy devils and demons in my movie. John Ali, right? Yeah. Yeah, if I tell John Ali, I know they know. Some Sarah. Yeah. They draw the most ever beats in history. Yeah. Yeah. But Peter Jackson's not stupid. He knows Xanus is better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Peter Jackson's not stupid. He read my book. He'll tell me, yeah, Ivan, your movie will be better than my Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's a deeper, powerful story. You have a huge exodus, like Prince of Egypt. They're in the caverns. They're all scared with torches. Aratat's armies approaching, like Helm's Deep. Devils like that. The light behind the walls and Zane's, they don't know what's inside the walls. The dungeon scene. You have the scene when they talk about the exodus. You have the politics and the drama. You know what I'm saying? Young Taki's looking at I'm looking at our masters, man. This isn't better than Lord of the Rings. I know, better than Lord of the Rings, Peter. I mean, the battle in the caverns, like Moria, the demon bats. Yeah, man, looking at an amazing movie. Ah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's why the Hollywood actors are gonna envy the Zane stars like crazy. They're gonna envy them. Yeah, the Hollywood actors. They're gonna envy the Zane stars. Like John, man, you're fucking lucky, man. You get to be part of that amazing story, that $2.1 budget movie, and you're making more than us. It's not fair, John. Yeah, Oscar Isaac, Adam Driver, Daisy Ray, tell John Boyega that. Can you please give the bosses a good word for me, John, please? I will, guys. Don't worry, but it doesn't give a word, John. He's selfish. I'm not giving you word. If I asked you for word, you wouldn't give me either. I'm not giving you word. Yeah, he's not going to give word. He's not going to give word, John. He's selfish. It's actually funny. I'm not giving you word. Yeah, he doesn't give word, John. He's selfish. I'm not giving you word. Yeah, he's selfish, John. He's selfish, yeah. Why are they begging him for word? Because they know John's the lucky one saved. he's getting paid more than what Oscar Isaac and Daisy Van Amjar are making in Hollywood, obviously, and he knows he's the lucky one saved. He's an experienced like Glorious Essence Fame with me and Vijay for the Xanus movie, and they're all left behind Hollywood. And my company's better in Hollywood, and that's why they're begging jumping for word. And all the Hollywood actors went out of the Hollywood system. They know Ivan's, all the agents are going to tell him, yeah, Ivan and Vijay Scott's company is your ticket out of the Hollywood system. And it's a better company, bigger bunch of movies. They can pay you more than what Hollywood pays you. And yeah. That's why all the actors are begging, because they'd rather work for me than work on my company's better in Hollywood. It blows it out of the water. I don't mean to be rude, but Skyscrapers, it blows out of the water. I'm making Zanes for $2 million, a $700 million budget towards each volume. Hollywood doesn't make movies for $700. The maximum making movie for is maybe $350 million Hollywood. Yeah, my company blows out of the water. I could pay the actors way more money on average than what they make in Hollywood. Sometimes Hollywood pays more than my company on, but on average, I'm beating out Hollywood with the payments, better perks, and the fame is crazier. The fame is crazier, yeah. The fame is crazier. My company's my movie. Yeah. So I'm saying, the fame is crazier. The fame is crazier, yeah. The fame is crazier, yeah. Samsara. He's Ivan. I heard of Lithia Ivan. I know, BJ. Dog excited. I can't wait to play your role Lithia Ivan for your movie, Ivan. I know. I love the character Lithia in your book, Ivan. I know. She's an amazing character. She has a lot of faith in Tactius, I know. And she likes Tactius. Yeah, she likes Tactius in the book when you read it, right? Yeah. 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 So Peter Johnson worked hard for him. Yeah, he signed his like 1.3, 1.4 million deal in his New Zealand money. He'll work hard for me, Peter. He'll work harder for me than even did for Lord of the Rings. Because he's older now, the work is a bit tougher on his body because he's in his 70s now. Whereas when he did Lord of the Rings, he was in his late 30s, pushing 40. He's an older guy now, but he's working really hard, Peter. Mel Gibson's working really hard too if I choose him. And Mel Gibson will be like in his late 70s when he works on a movie. He works hard too because I pay those guys a lot of money and they work really hard for me. And Peter ends up directing a masterpiece because he took his nose to get him all Toro. He's all prepped and I'll help him out a little bit too. And he ends up directing a masterpiece. Peter. He works really hard because he's getting paid. He knows he's getting paid a lot of money. He doesn't want to fuck up my IP, my story. That's why he works really hard, and the movie ends up being a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. I don't believe Xanus will be better than the Rings, the movie. When you read my book, you'll see what I mean. I wrote a masterpiece. My book is better than the Rings, man. It's a fucking masterpiece. It's the best movie George ever made. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. I'll even ask Peter, how scary will Aerotech be if I put this money towards visual effects and the mask and everything? Oh, if you want Aerotech looking like that, and you put money towards those demonic masks, and you put $400 towards special effects, Ivan, and visual effects, you're looking at doubles, Ivan. How scary, Peter? Ivan, we only put like $35-40 million towards visual effects towards Lord of the Rings, and those ring wings were fucking pretty scary. You're looking at doubles, Ivan. The world's gonna feel for you guys, man. You're looking at something horrific. However, Ivan, this is a revolution of horror, Ivan. People tell me that the world's gonna feel for you guys, and they're gonna be hooked. Yes, if you have everything them be devils, the world will be hooked watching the movie. They're gonna be hooked. Oh my God, please don't die. Yeah, they're gonna be hooked watching it. No, I'm doing. That's why looking at a masterpiece. So, Sarah? Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna go upstairs and get some water. Almost done. This video will only be maybe an hour and 20 minutes. I'm done, guys. I don't have the energy to talk for too long right now. I'm a little bit lazy, but hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright, guys, I'm back. Going upstairs to get some water. I'm thirsty. Yeah. Oh. So Ivan, the sellers can't believe Taki is the person of Xanus. No, they can't believe it. Even when Taki gives evidence, they don't believe it because what the fuck is the prince from Xanus doing in the cell? They can't believe it. That's why Belle in that scene, she's like, "Lit, that's crazy speech. No one's the heir of Xanus wanting these parts. We're in the cell." Yeah, they can't believe it. They can't believe it, Sellers. Yeah, it's anathema, right? It's like blasphemy. What the fuck would the Prince of the North be doing here? Sellers can't believe it. Yeah. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. But Lithia has the faith. All the other sellers don't believe that Takis is the Prince of Xanus. They don't believe it. They can't believe it. You know. That's why you're looking at him. Because I'm looking at a sick movie, man. He's on trial. They don't believe he's the Prince of Xanus. They can't believe he's the Prince of Xanus. He's in the South. They can't believe the Prince of Xanus ever come to the South. Yeah, I'm looking at a masterpiece, man. He's on trial. They throw him in a dungeon. This is better than Lord of the Rings, Loki. It's better than Lord of the Rings. Look at a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Amazing movie. You're gonna see John Maega. You're gonna see Jim Wansu. This horse is thirsty. Our cousin, we seek Prince Taki. Has the actor found passage here? You see John Maega in the movie, on his horse. Yeah, I'm looking at a sick movie, you know. So I know this is Lord of the Rings. Oh, he's Lord of the Rings. Look at that masterpiece, man. You know. It's good water. So Cassius was able to sense the darkness of the valley. Yeah, he says, yeah, it must be. Yeah, the horrid valley of New York. You feel its darkness already emanating. You feel the spreading of the darkness. Yeah. I'm sorry. Eritet's not scary in the book. No, in the book he's not that scary because it's a book. But once I bring the demonic characters to life, you're looking at devils and demons, guys. You're looking at something fucking scary. For Eritet, he's gonna be a devil, man. That's why some of you guys might even cry for me, the actors. You're looking at real demonic beings. That's why once I release a trailer, the world sees what Eritet looks like. They're like, holy shit, that's a fucking devil, man. And the whole world's buzzing about the movie. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, imagine you have a captured scene with John Maega and Jimon 2 and the 15 men. They fight for full as devil wolves and they get captured. They're like, move it, scum, faster. And they're devils, I'm saying. And they journey through the dark, evil valley where you feel the evil darkness. And they're in Barak and all the thousands of wolves are staring at them and I'm saying, and mocking them. And Eritet interrogates them on his throne and the wolves are laughing at them. Here's Ivan, and all the tens of thousands of wolves are staring at them. Yeah, he's like, holy shit, you're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. Yeah, looking at the best movie should have made, man. Hey, you're gonna feel for John Maega and G1 Sue with all those demonic beings, man. Yeah, that's why you're looking at the best movie should have made, man. That's why I'm gonna tell John and G1 Sue, you guys have to prep mentally when you fight the wolves in Volume 2, right? When you get captured, and especially the end war and the cavern, you gotta prep yourself mentally. Okay, they practice on Matthew and destroy the role. Everything like Devils and Demons. Yeah, looking at a sick movie. And they get thrown in a pit. Yeah. Yeah. You're looking sick, but I know, John. You're looking sick, man. Yeah. And beware Ivan of the greedy agents. Man, I just know how they're greedy pigs. John Meg's agent might want like 18 million, 20 million of the royalties for the movie. I'm like, no, John's not worth that. He gets 8. I'm not paying him 20. He's not worth that. Can I get $20 out of that? I'm like, no, John, you get 9. I'm not paying you 12. You're not worth that for my movie. You rip me off. I have to watch it for my budget. I'm not going to pay you 12, John. You get your 9 million for your base, and 8 million for the back end. 1.9 million for the game. 250K for the promos. And you get your 500K for the merch. And potential earnings in speaking, which range from 600K to maybe $1 million in speaking. $1 million in speaking. So John signed his 19.5, 20 million deal. He's like, holy shit. He's like, it's a deal, man. I don't even make his dollar. Hey, you don't make his dollar with John. The master contract for you. Hey, John, that's good with John May. He doesn't even make this dollar. Yeah, for Star Wars, you didn't make this, John. Yeah, I only made like my 1.5, 750K for Star Wars Live. John will tell me that, yeah. This is more than what you made for Star Wars, right? Star Wars sequels, right? Yeah. 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 I've man, you really think that your Zanes will be better than Star Wars originals? Yes, guys, it'll be better than George Lucas. George Lucas even tell me, yeah, Ivan, your story, even though Star Wars has better world and everything, your story is more unique than mine. I think your movie will even top my originals. Yeah, the Xanus movie will top George Lucas Star Wars originals. Yeah, man, looking at a masterpiece, man. My stepmother told me my book's #1, which means it's even better than Star Wars. Yeah, man, it's a masterpiece. That's why the gates won't control my grab, but 0. The money on the books for me and VJ's not for you. You're not touching my money. There you go. It's me and VJ's money, it's not yours. The 15 million bucks to make off the books for me and VJ, it's not for you. You're not touching my money. Because the gatekeepers are greedy pigs. They're greedy animals, yeah. So Russell Crowe's good for Maramis, yes he is, but he has to compete with Vigo and Don Cheadle. Because Russell Crowe's good for Xanus, obviously, but you have, for someone like him, you have to pay more money. You're gonna have to put more money into the budget and to pay more money and give him a nice piece of the backhand, Ivan. Yeah, I know, Peter. Russell Crowe, I can pay him his $18 million for the, 10 months of shooting. He gets like a $9.7 million signing bonus, which is like, $11-12 million in his own Australian money. Nice signing bonus for him. And I'll give him $55 million of the backhand film profits. Pay him like $3.3 million for the merch. $3.4 million, $3.3 million for the game. So Russell Crowe signed like his $90 million deal in Canadian money around there, which is like a $2 million deal in his Australian money. So he signed a $100 million deal. You pay him his $300K for the promos. I've worked with $1 million. I'm like, guys, man, you're pissing me off. You're getting greedy, man. I'm not gonna pay you that, man. You're fucking greedy pigs. I've worked with $1 million for Russell Crowe. I'm like, no, for the promos. I'm like, no, he gets $300K. I have to watch it for my budget, man. I'm not gonna have you guys do it, man. You guys are getting greedy, man. I know you want to make more money. What about $3 million for the game, and that's like $15 million of the royalties for the game. I'm like, no, he gets like $3.3 million for the game, and that's it. I'm not paying Russell Crowe any more money. You guys are getting greedy, Samsara. Watch out for the greedy managers in Hollywood, the greedy pigs, because they know me and VJ's merch, movie and game is going to do billions in profit. The agents want a bigger chunk of the pie. The managers and agents want a bigger chunk of the pie. You have to be careful for the greedy Hollywood managers and agents. They're greedy pigs, man. Like Timothy Chalamet might want $25 million of the back, and I'm like, no, Timothy, you get $16 million. I'm not giving you $25. You're getting greedy, Timothy. So I'm like, you don't make this in Hollywood. What about $50 million for Timothy's base? I'm like, no, he gets 10.2. That's good enough. He doesn't make this in Hollywood. Samsara. Yeah. Samsara. Russell Crowe's like, holy shit, you signed me to a $100 million deal. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit, your cardio goes out of the water. In Hollywood, I make like my 20, my 15, my 12, my 8, and you signed me to a $100 million deal. Holy shit, your cardio goes out of the water. I know. My company blows out of the water. He's like, sign me up, Ivan. He signs that contract with Russell Crowe if I choose him. Like, yeah. Excuse the noise, the garbage truck is coming by. Yeah. 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 And Russell Crowe will build more buzz for my movie because he's a big, powerful actor. He was like, Ivan, he'll help build more buzz. But I'm thinking Don Cheadle's better for the role, but we'll see what happens, obviously. And I think Yvonne Joje. Yvonne Joje is my first choice for Papyri. And then second choice is Dev Patel, and Timothy Chalamet is my third choice. But I might choose Timothy Chalamet. We never know. We'll see what happens, obviously, right? But I think, seriously, Ivan Yvonne Joje is better than Timothy Chalamet for the role. I can picture him more as Papyri, yeah. He has that look of Jesus' disciple. Whereas Timothy Chalamet, he's good for a farm boy, but he's white. I picture Papyri more of having that Arab Persian look, that Jesus disciple look. Yeah, that's why Yvonne Joje and Dev Patel are really good. But I might choose Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet is a bigger actor, a bit more buzz, and he's a better actor than those two actors. Too. Timothy Chalamet is an amazing actor, one of the best actors in Hollywood. Right? He's an amazing actor. He's a better actor than Dev Patel and Yvonne Joje, but I think Ivan Jode is better for the role. And Ivan Jode is much cheaper. He glad do my movie for $4 million. Where Timothy Chalamet is greedy, he wants he'll want to do my movie for more money. Obviously, he'll demand more money. And Russell Crowe's greedy too because he's very big. He's gonna demand a rich salary. Obviously, and their agents are greedy. Yeah. Russell Crowe's agent, Timothy Chalamet's agents are greedy. Obviously, the managers' agents are greedy. That's why you have to be careful. The greedy managers and agents in Hollywood are sharks. They're gonna try and suck more money out of your pocket item. The greedy pigs. You have to be careful. Sometimes. You have to be careful, Ivan. Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to be careful, Ivan. Yeah. So the actors have to prep mentally. Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to be experiencing the horror of the devils and bats and fighting the devils and bats. You have to prep yourself mentally for those scenes, guys. I have to prep myself mentally for those scenes. VJ has to prep herself mentally for those scenes, yeah. VJ doesn't fight in the movie, but she's going to be experiencing the horror of the demonic beings in the movie. That's why the women also have to prep too. But especially the men are fighting them, hence why you have to prep yourself mentally, guys, for the devils and bats, man. Okay, Ivan, they all destroy the role because I paid them a lot of money. And you're looking at an Oscar performance from all the actors. Because, yeah, Ivan, if this movie was a part of Hollywood, you would probably sweep the Oscars like my Return of the King, I know. Xanus is such an amazing story. If it was a part of Hollywood, the movie would sweep the Oscars probably, right? Or win most of the categories. Because it's a masterpiece of a story. And the actors will be winning Oscars. So everything them are devils and demons, yeah. My company is not associated with Hollywood, hence why there is no Oscars for my company or awards, because my company is a private company. It's not part of the Hollywood system. It's independent from the Hollywood system, obviously. It's not a part of Hollywood. So I'm saying. I installed the gates. As my company is not a part of the Hollywood system. Independent from the Hollywood system, but it's better in Hollywood. And bigger budget movies, higher paying work. It's a better company in Hollywood. That's why all the Hollywood actors want to work with me so bad. It's been crazy. Yeah. Yeah, man. People tell me, Ivan, you gotta prep yourself mentally for the agony scene. I want a performance like Jim Caviezel. Okay, Peter, I'll try. No, Ivan, seriously, man, you gotta really, really prep yourself. You want it to feel real, you gotta really destroy that role. And I prep myself mentally, I destroy the role. You see me, I'm in agony in Volume 3. Yeah, like Jim Caviezel was in Passion of the Christ. Yeah, it's deep like that, man, yeah. So I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, man. Almost on here, guys. Alright, will Xanus be the most horror movie ever made? Yes. If you think The Conjuring, The Shining, Amityville Horror, The Exorcist, all these movies that came out are scary, nothing. Xanus is taking it to the next level, man. Xanus is the most horrific movie ever made. Eritat and them are so horrific, you're gonna feel for me and the actors. Because you're looking at it, because I'm pouring $400 million towards special effects and visual effects, and all that money, $100 million towards the costumes, armor, weapons, and the mask. I'm designing the most horrific mask in the business, in the entertainment industry, and you apply all the money towards the special effects and visual effects. You're looking at devils, man. How about you feel for me and the actors? Because I'd be looking at something so scary. This is revolutionary. It's going to revolutionize horror and cinema. And the world's going to feel for you and the actors. And some of them might even cry when you're in agony. That's how deep and powerful the story is. That's why Xanus will be the best story ever told in the motion picture. Looking at a masterpiece, man. An amazing movie. Looking at a masterpiece. Really, Ivan? Yeah, man. A masterpiece, man. The best movie children ever made. Yeah, man. Yeah. 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 That's why we just so proud of me. Obviously, I did it. I found a way to make money for me to reach. Obviously, I wrote my masterpiece. And what? I'm not even my blaze on my book. I got my $50 million on my book. And I got to start achieve my dream and start Sky's Entertainment and be a movie star. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I don't believe you when you release your book will not be a public embarrassment in the industry. Yes, it will. You guys read sections of my book, and when you read it, it was like a public embarrassment. And something about Ivan's book that's very unique. The characters jump on a page is very entertaining compared to these other novels that I read. And my whole book is like that, guys. I'm not lying to you guys. My whole book is content entertainment. And so when I release my book, it will be a public embarrassment in the entertainment industry for the authors, for the book business, right? The entertainment industry and the book business, it's a public embarrassment. Even though some of Ivan's writing was a bit stiff and raw, he still entertained the fans way more than our books did. There's something unique about his writing style. His book's a fucking masterpiece, yes. That's what my stepmother told me your book's #1, Ivan. And Hollywood loved it. The way she said, she said, Hollywood love your book, Ivan. She told me that, yeah. They'd be all over your story, Ivan, yeah. I'm not selling up, man. This book is mine. The brand's mine. I have the keys. I don't have to sell to you. This is my money. It's not yours. So I'm sorry, you're not touching my money. There you go. Yeah. And my movie will be so good. The Xanus movie will be so good, it'll also be a public embarrassment in the entertainment industry for the movies. Because once I release my Xanus movie, no trilogy will ever top that trilogy. You can't top the Xanus trilogy. It's too deep. The story's too deep. It's too entertaining. There's never been a movie made before where you have a huge exodus like with 5,000 people. Because Hollywood, they can't afford to pay 5,000 extras. Like, yes, you had an exodus for Two Towers, but there was only maybe 200 extras in that movie. My movie, you're actually looking at a big exodus of 5,000 people. Like so picture something like Prince of Egypt, and they're scared with torches in the mountains. They journey through the caverns, and the demon bats live there. And you have Eratat's 20,000 army approaching like Helm's Deep. You have the light behind the walls. You have the dungeon scene. You have when Tigers meets the Southerns. You have the capture scene. You're looking at a masterpiece, man. And the politics and drama. You're looking at a masterpiece. This is going to be the best movie children ever made. I know, Peter. But I mean, seriously, man, this is better than my Lord of the Rings, Ivan. This like blows my Lord of the Rings out of the water, Ivan. I know, Peter. It like blows your Lord of the Rings out of the water. Yeah, man. Looking at a better movie children, even Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Looking at a masterpiece, man. That's why Xanus was the best movie ever made and the best novel ever written. Anyways, guys, talking about 25 minutes, that's good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video probably later on today, maybe at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. It's Zadmer. I'm signing out. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Peace out. Don't hate him, son.